Guys, today's so exciting for me. I think it'll be exciting for everyone else. I have another guest, which is incredible. I'm on my 3rd episode and somehow I've managed to wrangle in at least like 2 guests, which is great. We're going to celebrate. I'm here with Sophia. Or would you like to introduce yourself? Tell me a bit about what you do.
It's too awkward to do that. Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm a singer-songwriter based right here on Kaurna, Adelaide.
Which is amazing because it's really close to UniCast.
I know. Fun times.
Perfect. And possibly super duper interesting as well. You're at Adelaide Uni. I'm at UniCast. We are epitomising the merger.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. The merger that has questionable. Some people like it, some people not so much. I think it'll be cool.
It'll be cool, but for the people who are mid.
It'll be great for me. I'll be out before the merger starts, guys. So this month's theme is angst. How do you feel about that? And are you well acquainted with angst?
I've been really angsty the last couple of months with my writing and stuff. So I think I've got it down to a T, I think. Maybe. I don't know. It's really up to my audience. They tell me.
They can
what's
let us
angsty.
know.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you lean towards angsty music when you're listening, like other artists?
Yes. I listen to a lot of Midwest emo.
Oh, so
and
good.
just like sad music. So that really reflects on what I write.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm right there with you. That's obviously why angst is the theme of this episode. I saw you recently at the Grace, which was great for Effie Isabel's single launch.
She is
Picture.
wonderful.
She's amazing. She's beautiful.
Gosh.
My God. Like, I walked into this room. I've never been to the Grace before. I walked in and I was like, there's only beautiful people here. I was like, I had to psych myself up and be like, okay, I'm just going to wear jeans and a shirt. I'm going to wear jeans and a shirt. And then I got a little crazy. I wore a hat and I was like, okay, like I feel prepared to be in here. I walk in and everyone's beautiful.
I know. It's literally like never a dull crowd with Effie.
Loved it.
Everyone is just like so slay.
Truly. There's no other word for it. I was trying to avoid it because I've been trying to get it out of my vocab, but slay is the term I was thinking when I walked in. Yeah, so we saw you and I went with 2 of my friends, Ruby and Natalie, and you were a standout performer to us, which is why I have no footage of it because I was so like, oh my God, she's so good. And it's good when like you start being like, oh, I need to start writing music. I need to learn an instrument. And Ruby, who was with me, she like sings and stuff as well. And she's like, oh my God, she's so good. And I was like, okay, do you want to start a band? Like, we're going to do something. So like you were amazing. But I'm wondering, how long have you been writing music for and performing for?
I've been doing it since I was in year 9. So that would have been 2019. I don't know. Off the bat, I just decided I want to drop the most like angsty of angst, like debut EP, which is kind of trash. I mean, like people love it, including my mom, but it's like I was writing about teen romances, but I was barely a teenager. I think I was like maybe like 14 tops.
Which is insane to have an EP at 14. That's amazing.
It was all like recorded at home. I was just chilling, and because like my phone got taken away and I had nothing better to do, so
and like I need to write about that.
Yeah, no, literally. Well, I didn't even write about that. I wrote about love, and I'm like,
Beautiful.
bro, I literally
14 is the age where you're like, I know everything about love and I need to write this down.
I don't know. Well, to be fair, I did come from like 2 crappy relationships in year 8, which is a crazy thing to come out of
year 8.
Year 8, oh my God, which is kind of funny. So yeah, and then from there I was like, I'm so sad. Let's write one EP.
And look where it got us. I mean, it's into the UniCast Studio, the peak of all musicians' careers, in my humble opinion. Do you have any standout memories of live music? Obviously, for me, you were one, but, on your end.
Oh, my God.
It's a tough one because then you start thinking about everything you've ever seen and you're like, well, they're all good. And then you think about, for you as well as a performer, like, what was the best stage you've been on? You know what?
There was a gig that I played last year in March. I don't know my grammar. But I opened for my friend Jamie Lena, who I have literally adored since I was a little year 8, because she happened to go to the same high school as me, and she was a year 12 by then. And when I was in year 12, she released like her debut EP, her that would have been her self-titled, maybe, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't remember. But she released an EP, and it was like the best thing ever, because no one from special interest music schools really write music. And so I'm just glad that I've kept in touch with her. And I ended up playing at Wizard Tone with her last year in March. And oh my God, she is a star. Like, that was the first time I've ever seen her play with a live band. But when I tell you, every single person who worked on that show, including herself and her own writing, is so creative and brilliant. I'm like, oh my God, I want to be this person. Like, yep. I mean, I've always wanted to be her in a way, but it's just like seeing that all as like an 18-year-old was just like, wow.
Yeah,
like,
especially if you know that they like come from your school, you know that that is a path that you can get to. Sometimes it's like you'll watch someone and they're like this enigma, like you're like, I couldn't possibly be that because I have no concept of what it's like to grow up in like literally Hollywood, or you know, they feel like an alien, they've come from this other world and they're so talented, and you're like, oh, I can't picture that. And then you get to see someone that you're like, I've literally watched you like flourish into this thing. So I feel like that's really cool. Yeah, 100%.
That's like the best memory ever.
That's perfect. And it's great that it's also like, not only did you watch someone great, but then you also like come to perform and be in the same circles as them. Speaking of influences, other than obviously this instance here, who are your influences and how do they impact your writing versus maybe your stage presence, or is it just kind of it all comes together as one thing?
Oh God, in terms of like my stage presence, no one really. I think this is just an accumulation of all my awkward experiences through the years. But in terms of like my writing, definitely lots of Phoebe Bridgers. But the blueprint, the original blueprint was Dodie. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Miss Dodie Clark. I'm familiar.
Miss Dodie Clark. Everyone knows about Miss Dodie Clark, and we all had that phase.
Everyone thought they could play the ukulele, including me. I'll put my hand up.
I literally bought the same ukulele, the baritone ukulele that she has, and I was like, this is it for me. And that's when I wrote my
career
debut.
Is taking off. Yes.
So yeah, Dodie definitely is my number one forever. And then Phoebe, Adrienne Lenker.
Your cover of Anything as well at the Grace was so good.
Oh my God, it was so wholesome when everyone started singing.
Dude,
along.
it was, but everyone's like, because there's not that many people, everyone's like not gonna fully join in, so it was just this like just soft, and I was like, this is so cute, and I felt awesome because my friend was like, what song is this? And I was like, Adrienne Lenker, like, she's really, no one knows who this is. Like, yeah, I actually do know who this is. I felt so like on top of my game, even though like I'd only just really revisited her recently, so my bad. But you know, I felt very cool about it. Yeah, Phoebe Bridgers. I saw her at Laneway.
Same.
I think.
My phone
How
died.
good was
I
the
could
scream?
Not film her a single time.
I'll send you my videos. I'll send them all to you. The scream at the end of I Know the End. I think cathartic. I'm putting that in this episode because needed it to my core. I didn't know I needed it.
That fixed me, I think.
Truly. You know, who needs therapy when you have the scream at the end of that song, for real. Now, you have chosen, we have a couple different things going on here. You've actually chosen to play a live version of the national song, Mistaken for Strangers, on this episode. Do you want to tell me a bit about why you loved that performance, why you love that song?
Well, there's not much to it, to be honest. I think, so my partner introduced me to this band, The National, and I was like, what the heck? And then all I see are sad dads on a stage playing like this angsty music. This is like one of the OG emo bands, I think.
For real.
And I don't know, I just find it so beautiful that men still make music.
Men have feelings.
Yes. That this is like, I don't know, it's just a great example of men in music for some reason to me. It sticks out. And also it's just funny when the lead singer, Matt Berninger, would just walk to this, like he would crawl to where the speakers are on the stage with his like really long mic lead for some reason. That's like a requirement. And you would just hear all the feedback. Like mid-song. It's just so random.
It's like,
just
but
like,
I need to do this.
It's like the most silly and most angsty performance, I think. And then you just hear like the band not even playing like instrumental bits. They literally don't. So like Aaron Dessner, who's on guitar, the longer the set progresses, the less part he plays. the more he just becomes like background noise. I don't know, it's just there's a lot of like little things from that performance, but Mistaken for Strangers is definitely one of my most favorite songs. I don't know, I don't know. I don't really know. It's just so good.
I had heard of the National before. As a Swiftie, I know that Aaron's worked with Taylor Swift, so I won't pretend that I know them because I'm really cool. Like, I'm a mainstream girl, but I hadn't heard this song, Mistaken for Strangers, and I like deep dive the lyrics, and I think it is a really great example of men in music because I feel like men have a very specific, obviously, experience of life. Women have different experience. Everyone has different experiences, whatever. And I love that it's a kind of different angst because at the moment I feel like Phoebe Bridgers, Taylor Swift, that's all pretty popular. Sad girl stuff is like on the rise, thank God. That's what we want. But I do like hearing, I guess, a softer side of men and that perspective, especially this song seems to be a bit more about like, you know, that corporate expectation or whatever as you're getting older. And I think I could go on a rant, but like the fact that they are musicians, I think really informs the songwriting of this because they're now professional musicians. And I'm like, I wonder if they think that if they had to do a job that wasn't music, whether they'd be sacrificing their art at all or whether the art they created in their spare time would still be just as good or meaningful to them if they didn't have success. Because this song is like, you know, you sacrifice something to put on that blazer and like go about your day and work for the man and your friends can't even recognize who you are anymore. That's my interpretation anyway.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Very interesting. Anyway, so we're potentially playing that right now, which is great. So everyone give that a listen. Yay. And then I'm like, what if we don't play that? What if I just play something else? It's fine. If we don't play it, guys, I will put it on my Instagram or something, a link to listen to it. They're at Sydney Opera House, the National. It's a 2-hour thing, but at about 18 minutes in or something, this song plays. Really good. And then the next thing we're going to have, which is like first time ever on this show, maybe first time in the studio, maybe not. I haven't been here long enough to be able to say that, but definitely first time on my show. We have a live performance from you, which is incredible. Do you want to do like a little spiel about this song?
Alrighty. Well, I've is pretty much about how, I guess, as I grew. Oh my God, I don't know.
It's a tough
I don't know
one.
how to explain it, but I've is pretty much a song about how growing up I've been told what I am allowed to feel and who I'm meant to be. And so there wasn't really a lot of room for, you know, error and mental health issues. Because no one was really accepting of that for some reason in my life. So I wrote the song called I've as like a resume that I am self-aware. I'm a conscious child.
I'm allowed to feel feelings.
I'm allowed to feel feelings. Yeah, that's
I mean, angst all the way through. Obviously why we've chosen it. So Sophia's the best and actually performed it for us. And you'll see it all over the place. I'm going to post about it everywhere. But right now you get to listen to it. This is I've in the UniCast Studios. Woo! Okay. Now we get to do the fun little transition where we pretend that happened right now. But actually, we pre-recorded that just to give you guys an insight. That song, I've, amazing. I saw you at the Grace once again, and I really connected with the feeling of kind of looking for validation when other people question your ability to feel strong emotions, especially when you're young, just because maybe it doesn't align with their personal experience or it's not something they understand. Do you feel like playing that song, or at least writing it, but for me specifically, playing it to people allows you to find some validation from other people who can like agree with that and have felt that before?
Yes, it's so funny because every time I play it live, I always just bring up some random adult thing, and at the Grace, I think it was like taxes, and I don't know. It's just really cool because even some adults to this, like maybe like 30 and up, still kind of get that backlash from the older generation of like, this is how you're meant to be doing things, and I'm like, bro, grow up.
Not for me.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, fully. I feel like definitely something I hear a lot is like, oh, well, like I had that and no one knew what that was, so we just went about life. I'm like, and did you enjoy that? And how did that go for you? Did you enjoy that? I think maybe we can find a way to intervene with this. I feel like songwriting is definitely such a good way to like work through those feelings, and then performing, being able to have that validation of people like in the crowd. I was definitely in the crowd, like nodding my head like, yeah, yep, been there.
So
true. So real. Yeah. Do you feel like getting that feedback is a very big part of your like live performance? Does it change what songs you put on your set list or the order of them or anything?
I think it just impacts like yeah, you're right. Like what I play, and not necessarily the order. The order is more like, what vibe am I gonna put on tonight? How do I want to be perceived?
Real.
So, yeah, most of the time it's like I just imagine the faces who I will be seeing at each gig, and I'm like, oh, this person might go, so I'll play this song for them. I've like with some of my best friends who I haven't really seen in yonks, I make sure always to play my song I've, actually.
Perfect.
For her, because that's her most favorite song in my discography at the minute. So I really like dedicating songs.
Would you like to dedicate it now? Like we have already played it, but dedicate it to them.
Oh my God. Shout out to my friend Olivia, who is so very special to me.
We love you, Olivia.
We love you.
I stan Olivia.
Yes.
Love it. Yes, Olivia, killing it. I'm sure I'll see her in a crowd somewhere.
One day.
Speaking of which, live shows coming up soon. Scouted might have already happened by the time this episode's out, but what have you got going on?
August 22, I'm playing with Stormy Lou and Mum Friends, which is the craziest lineup ever. I didn't think that I would ever end up on that lineup. What else? Oh my gosh. Ooh, no, I've got too many like
ones?
undercover stuff.
Ooh, you guys will just have to go to Sophia's Instagram.
Oh my God, you guys just might just have to, scroll
guys, go follow,
TikTok,
like, and subscribe. Go to the link in bio.
That's the only thing I can say right now.
That's so cool.
Without my lawyers present.
Love that. Stormy Lou, I'd like to give a shout out to Nezzy in there, because somehow my family friends are like cousins with one of the band members.
That's crazy.
So maybe Stormy Lou, you're coming up next. You're going to be on the show. I love you guys. Manifesting that heavily. I feel like it makes sense. I think there should be every episode the artist that's on recommends who the next artist should be. Just to go back to some more of your songs at the Grace. Once again, you performed Sometimes, which I think is angsty too, about wondering if people can ever really be proud of you, especially when they're like your musician peers. It's giving Girl So Confusing, Charli XCX vibes. Yeah. Go.
I would love to play that live, actually.
Can you? I'll do backup. I'll do the go. I would love to do that.
I was thinking of doing like either Apple or 360, but like 360 but casual.
Ooh.
If that makes like really sad. I don't know. It just makes sense in my head.
I'm locked in. I'm so ready for this. I'm literally going to force you to make an Apple TikTok with me after this. We're doing the dance. It's going to happen. But yeah, I feel like Sometimes is Girl So Confusing, but for people that listen to Phoebe Bridgers and Adrian Lenker, what is it like to perform a vulnerable song essentially about your peers in a room full of your peers? Because at the Grace, I was like, wow, there's all the people I see on Instagram and have parasocial relationships with and that are all musicians. What is it like just to sing essentially to them?
Look.
Much to think about.
It's really scary, but I'm just glad that, like, because basically the origin of the song is about, like, how it's really hard to be in, like, a relationship when you're dating a musician sometimes. Because, like, I don't know. It's just, like, sometimes I'm just really scared of, like, the things that they say about me behind my back. Maybe I'm not actually that good. I know in high school I was, like, kind of subpar, like, on clarinet and, like, piano and all these instruments except vocals. I will stand by
your
my vocals. But it was just, like, I felt really self-conscious. So then I wrote Sometimes because I'm like, bro, like, do you really care about my art? Do you believe in what I'm doing now? I don't know. It just felt really heavy, but it's not really loaded when I play it live because I know that I didn't write it
for
about
those people,
the people in the crowd.
Well, that's really interesting knowing that it's like a little bit more of a deeper thing where you had a relationship with this person that is a musician. So there's that added, like, you know, we love each other and we have whatever going on as well, but we are in technically like a competing position of, like, we're really doing the same thing.
It's like just with any, like, creative relationship, you're always constantly competing with someone. I don't know, it's just tough.
Yeah, 100%. And do you find that then writing those songs is the way that you express your angst and get it out? Like, is it therapeutic and it kind of it heals?
Yes.
It's healing?
It's really healing, but then there are some instances where I literally feel so terrible for writing songs. I'm like, bro, oh my God, this is awful. Like, bin it, but, like, don't, because this is really good. I write bangers.
Can't help it. That's so valid. I feel like anything like that, it can be hard to even just journal or something and be like, what's that mean? It's like, no one has to interpret that. You don't have to tell them what it's about. Journal? Yeah, God, that's my journal. Get out of there. It's fine. And also, I do want to say, you constantly express how great other artists are all the time on your Instagram. It's something I really admire. Also because it makes my job easier. I can find every Adelaide musician they are on your story.
I have this, like, little playlist I made called I'm So Proud of You, and it's all like, it's not just local Adelaide, but some people I've met, like, online. Currently Lily Grace Barden, who released her it wouldn't be her debut EP, but her I don't know, just a new EP, and it's so beautiful. It's like, I just love yapping about people who I think are so freaking cool, because there's so many lovely and talented musicians who suck at promoting them.
Every musician cannot promote themselves. It is so difficult.
To be fair, it's like, in this day and age, I find that we're, like, there's just no more line between content creator and musician. You kind of have to do that both job.
Which yourself. Also, when you're a student and you're the musician and you have rehearsals and you have to do that and you have to do your album art and you have to do this, I can see how sometimes you forget to post that you've got a gig that week. Like, it's fine. Guys, if you're a manager application, send it our way. Amazing. Yeah, so you've got your show with Mum's Friend. Is Mum Friends. I always say Mum's Friends. Mum Friends, guys. Stormy Lou and you, amazing. Is there anything else? Well, I want you to stick around and chat with me for the extended version. So if you guys want the extended version, you do have to go to my YouTube.
Let's do it.
We're going to do an extended version. But for now, I mean, I want to play your other song that we recorded in the studio, which I'll let you intro because it has a name, it doesn't have a name, it's unreleased, we don't know. But it's live and it's amazing.
It's called Redacted Song.
Perfect.
And it's just about how there was a couple of times where this one person in my life told me that I've lost myself or I've changed. but they also don't know why I've changed. So I wrote this song as like an explanation, sort of, but not really. It's very blunt.
And I love it. Angsty and blunt,
it's just
guys.
really like, I'm just really angry because, you know, like people change, but then sometimes people change for the worse and it also affects you. And so
life is complicated,
life
basically.
is complicated.
So this is Redacted song.
This is Redacted song.
And yeah, if you want the long version, I'm sorry, Sophia has to go for the radio version, but for the long version, go to YouTube. This is Redacted, unreleased in the UniCast Studios. Yay! Woo, that was great. I feel like also, I don't think we introduced you with your full name. I think I've just been calling you Sophia.
I'll just be hot mysterious or something.
Yeah, so mysterious. Ooh. So this second part where I have a few more serious questions, but I do want to warn you, the longer the show goes, the worse the questions get. It gets more silly. It makes no sense. All the gimmicks come out.
I respect it.
It goes crazy. Yeah,
No,
okay.
I'm here for it.
I'm so glad. So we talked about pretty much everything to do with your songwriting, but I'm very curious whether you ever get songwriting influences or inspiration from things outside of music, like either you just experience something, you see something cool, you watch a movie, you read a book or a poem, or, you know, is there anything outside of that, or just people? Are there people that inspire you?
Yes. Like we were talking about, like all my angsty stuff, definitely just the happenings that make a ruckus in my life, and I'm like, yo, this is not right.
That was
just write
not
a song
chill.
instead of like talking to them about it. I don't know. I'm trying to cope. But other than that, like I listen to a lot of songs and stuff, but they're always just like in the back burner. They always end up in the back of my head, so that in the future when I want to write a song because of a happening, then
Yeah,
I've got
your inspo in the back. Yeah. Okay, that's valid. That makes sense. And Ruby, who came with me to the Grace, has a question that she wanted to pass on. Isn't that great? We actually got
Yes.
questions.
Oh my
Woo! She wants to know if when you're songwriting, you start with like lyrics or a chord, like progression or melody, and is it different? Do you get a different outcome if you start with something different? Silence. Silence.
I wish everyone could see my face right now because I'm like, ooh.
I can see the cogs turning for sure.
Actually, it's like sometimes songs just come out differently whenever I start with like any of those processes. But most of the time, I stick to tried and true chords first. I don't know, because I always want to make sure that my chord progressions are like hot and mysterious, because if they're not, then I'm like, how can I
They have to fit the
keep
vibe. Yeah.
I want to keep everyone interested. Like, look at me.
It's very
So
easy
listen to me.
to accidentally do like a country chord progression,
I
and then
know.
suddenly you got to put the accent on and the hat, and it's just too much.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to avoid the C major, just normal like
It's
4/4.
difficult.
I'm unfortunately, I have literally been writing all my songs in like 6/4, and I am so apologetic to my band because right now the Redacted song, I'm trying to push for my band to play it less swung. But like most of my songs are like 6/4 and swung, so it's like, how do I break them out of a habit that I created?
Yeah. Oh no.
Which, I don't know, it was just kind of funny. Anyway, so chords first, but sometimes I actually I don't have my notebook on me, but I have a little like word pile, I'd say, of like words and phrases that I really want to use, which is kind of crazy. I remember writing, there's a golf course in every suburb in that list, which is true because for some reason when I catch the bus from my house, it's like golf course here, golf course there. I'm like, bro, maybe I'm just surrounded by
No,
so
there
many
is a
rich-
problem.
Where's the bag?
Where's the bag? For real. There's like, me and my friend Nat talk all the time about the like tennis court ratio is not everyone needs a tennis court, guys.
I know.
You can actually have a communal tennis court. I know we all watched challenges and loved
Sharing
it,
is
but
caring.
come on now. Truly, sharing is caring. Yeah.
Like, just open your gate a little bit.
Guys, I'm not going to take anything else from your mansion, just the tennis court for today, if that's okay. And like pools too, it's the same thing. Yeah, I would love to hear a song that disses that somehow, or just, casually mentions it.
Legit. I don't know. It's just like random little things, or it's just so weird.
I think that's a good way to do it. I feel like if I did that though, I'd have like, okay, slay, like that's a word I've been saying a lot. Like, I'm like, okay, words not to use, like I've got that.
It's just like I write down in that like note when I find a word that's like hot and mysterious. I don't know.
Do you have a favorite word at the moment? My friend's favorite is mezzanine. It's been mezzanine for a while. Just really rolls off the tongue.
Oh my god. No, I don't have a favorite word right now, actually.
I have my favorites to say. Like I've been saying vibe, but it's like a bittersweet thing because I'm like, I need to stop saying that. But I feel like mezzanine's a good one. I don't mind. Favorite phrase at the moment, I feel like champing at the bit. Like I'm loving that, and I don't know where that's come from. Or actually, I told a lie. My favorite quote at the moment is, "You don't know what you got till it's gone." It is. You can use it everywhere.
True.
And the more annoying it is, the better. Find the worst possible context to say it in, and I'm saying it.
I love it. Oh, you know what? Scranning. Scranning is a word that my partner taught me like a year or two ago. And it's just like a fun little way to say eat.
Oh, yeah.
Scranning. Like it's in between like gluttony vibes. Mm-hmm. Is that... Yeah, that is the correct word.
That is the one.
But then like... It's like eating a lot, but like
I feel like it's like
a lot. It's like
in a cute little dainty way.
Yeah, devour, but in like a cute way.
Yeah,
with a bow on it.
I know. It's so coquette. Yeah. No, I agree. That's such a good word, actually. I'm stealing that. I'm adding that to my list. Yeah, for sure. To go back to live music and touring, do you have like a recent milestone that you want to celebrate? I feel like you've been interstate recently.
Yes.
What's that like compared to Adelaide?
So I went on tour recently to celebrate my sophomore EP. Woo. And oh my god, it was the funnest thing ever. I went to Wollongong, Melbourne, and Sydney, and that was like the funnest time because I got to bring my partner, who is my elite employee. Shout out to Matt. Hello, Matt. But yeah, I don't know. It was just fun, but it didn't feel like a holiday until we went to Sydney. In Sydney, I got to see Lizzie McAlpine.
Oh,
which is
so
like,
good.
Literally sobbed through her entire set. Like, I'm just glad that she got to play her entire album top to bottom.
Oh, you're joking.
I'm like, you're joking.
You're joking, right?
But, oh my god, what was I talking about? Tour. Yes, tour. So... my god, Wollongong was the best show ever. We managed we managed to fill up this entire little like bookshop venue thing called Society City. It's in Wollongong CBD, and it's so cute. Like the vibes were just on, but I was just scared because they had some sort of like Dragon Ball thing projected on the screen, and I'm like, guys, if we like keep that projector on, you're ruining the vibes. Yeah,
this is not. So the
I'm just glad they turned it off. But yeah, it was just like a lot of this artist who opened for me, Jordi Balbao, was oh my god. So Adam Melcher vibes. I love her so much. But yeah, she brought some family down, and then just some randos who would like go up the street and just found our little the venue was literally so hidden. It took me a while to find the door actually, because it's like two shops and then a staircase, and then the venue's upstairs. But it was just like, I don't know.
Scary.
It was just ominous and like hot and mysterious as well. So
It's so your
definitely
brand.
my
It's so
alley.
Sophia coded.
It's branded.
Oh my God.
It's a brat of them.
yeah. It's in its brat era.
Yeah, but
Love
then Melbourne was really nice. Just some family as well of my own, which is nice. Well, not family technically, but they're like people who I've seen growing up in the Philippines, because I actually grew up there and I moved when I was about 10 years old. So yeah, I've got some Roman empires right here, which is fun. And Sydney was a bit like crickets, guys. It was a bit drab because it was the same night as State of Origin, and I'm like, I didn't know that. Who even
booked
watches
that?
Legit, who decided that they were going to put it on the same night as my show?
Seriously. That's why you need
Guys,
management. Seriously.
know,
But also,
legit.
you'd think it would be two different audiences.
Legit.
I mean, you wouldn't catch me dead at the State of Origin. You would catch me at a
Never.
Sofia Menguita show. Yeah, that's where I would be. Yeah, that sounds so good. Was that your first time interstate touring?
So I've played like a few, like 2 shows over the last like 5 or so years in Perth, which is like so random.
Very random though.
I did play a Perth show earlier this year in April with the Stamps and Eliana, who are the Stamps are like this boy genius vibe, and it's just so cool. Like, I love women and harmonies.
I love women. I love harmonies.
Shout out to women.
Shout out to women everywhere.
To women, but like, I just love it when people harmonize, and it's so interesting, and it's just not like, I don't know, it wasn't like a boring old 3-part harmony, which is like, I don't know, just a normal triad.
It had dimensions. Music terms. Yes.
It's like they really weave around each other, and you can tell that they've been working together for a very long time, and it's so wonderful. And Eliani as well. She's only like 17 years old, but she is a star. She's currently in the running for Unearthed High, which is lit. Have you heard of Eloise?
Yeah.
Like the girl who wrote this thing called Living or whatever. Yeah, those vibes, is like, women.
We're all gonna pass out. Everyone in the studio is passing out.
Painting.
Amazing. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm going to Perth soon, so if you have a list of venues that are worth checking out and people to check out, send them to me.
I will. Oh my God, there's so many cool vibes.
I feel like I've been desperately searching. I found there's like a place in a quarry. They put a stage there sometimes. It's really cool.
What?
It's very like an amphitheater vibe, and sometimes they have ballet and stuff. So I'm going to try and see that because we're going to see Charles Gambino for his tour, but we've got like heaps of time either side. So we're like, I was like, I want to see little gigs.
When is this?
Next February.
Oh my God. So many gigs.
Feel free to tag along.
Yeah.
Hopefully there'll be stuff by then. It's just like people aren't posting yet about what they're doing. People probably don't even know that they're doing it yet. So it's going to take a while. Another song lyric that I want to bring up of yours. In the song Dan, I want to show you how to cry without the need to pack your bags. I love that. And that's just a statement. No question.
Did I explain the Dan lore in the Grace Emily gig? I don't know if I did.
You might have like briefly touched on it, but all that I remember is I want to show you how to cry without the need to pack your bags. That was really good.
That's like the most beautiful song that I've ever written. And it's just so funny because I wrote it about my 2 friends. Shout out to Dan. Like,
shout out Dan.
Literally wrote it about Dan, who's in this band called Townhouse. As well, shout out to Townhouse. Oh my God, so many shout outs, guys.
Guys, someone make a list.
But yeah, he was in a big situationship with one of my friends, and I'm like, bro, just admit that you guys love each other.
Guys.
Like, and obviously there was some stuff in between, and I guess this song was my perspective on how he would have felt during that moment in time, because he really liked this girl, and I'm like, bro, come on.
Just propose. Just propose already. Get down on one knee. Come on.
Get down on one knee, yeah, legit.
That's great because my next question was situationships. Do we love them or do we hate them? Because I'm obsessed with your Bandcamp little descriptions. Because I was reading and I was like,
oh my God,
that's tea.
I forgot I did that. Oh my God, I put all my lore on Bandcamp.
You got tea in there.
That's
I was like, oh, gossip. Okay, I'll read that.
Yeah. No.
We don't stand situationships.
We don't stand situationships, but we also don't stand the relationships where you had to beg the guy to date you.
Period.
Oh, oh my God.
Tea.
Literally the plot of If You.
Mm-hmm. All right, now we're into like goofy question mode. I had some serious ones, but I'm done. I'm sick of it. I'm bored of it.
Business mode off.
Business mode off. Like, I did what I had to do, all right? In Everyone I've Ever Loved, which has over 10,000 streams. What the hell? That's so cool.
To 11,000 today. It was like 10.6.
How many streams are you getting by the second? I feel like last time I looked, it was at like 5,000 or something, which I was like, that's great. And then you posted this thing, I was like, what? That's doubled.
No, and it's all coming from America, and I'm scared that it's like a playlist, but it's not. It's all like Spotify algo, which is like, how does that happen?
Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
You're on the algorithm. Praise the algorithm.
This is literally the one thing that I've really wanted, because that song, I didn't do it like any marketing justice. I suck at that. And so, I don't know, just some silly TikToks here and there. And now it's...
And it's so great. But yeah, that has over 10,000. That's amazing. But I'm going to make fun of it. I'm just kidding.
Go.
You rhyme some funky words. And then obviously to create meaning and create a good song, and it's beautiful. I'm not actually making fun of it. But do you think you could describe your day in a similar way? I have an example. And I will be singing it for you. It's really beautiful.
Okay, you go first.
It's not going to be good, guys. Be prepared. Phone alarm, pen in palm, running late, can't park my car. I need to pee. Get to class, hope I pass. Write something I'll have to ask. What does ChatGPT do? That was really good. So where's my contract?
That ate. Sony.
Yep. Sony? Is that you?
Shout out to Mrs. Music, because recently they've appointed a woman for Sony AU NZ.
Amazing. And she's in my DMs currently as we speak because of that performance.
New signing tomorrow.
Yep. So if you feel like you can top that, just rhyme some things, come up with some stuff, or sit on it and we'll do it at the end.
I'll do it at the end.
Do it at the end, yeah.
I'll do it.
It's hard to freestyle, guys. It's a different genre.
I'm not a rapper.
I did have to really think about mine when I wrote it, so it's kind of rude of me to put you on the spot. I had plenty of time. But also in Everyone I've Ever Loved, it leads me to the question, crunchy pears or soft pears? Which do we
Crunchy
prefer?
pears. Oh my God. Who wants soft pears? That's horrible.
I like a halfway point.
Unless you're like a granny. Then
if you literally
shout
can't
out to
chew.
the grannies with no teeth.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys. That's actually my main demographic. That's crazy.
Love it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a halfway. I do prefer a crunchy pear, but sometimes it's sweeter when you have a soft pear.
True.
Just saying. Just putting it out there.
Crunchy pears seem to be like really sour every now and then.
Yeah, it's the green apple of pears.
Yeah, so
it's the Granny Smith,
BRAT
ironically.
Pear.
It's the BRAT era pear, for sure, which is probably why you love it so much.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense. Puddle jumping, where are the best puddles? And for any first-time puddle jumpers who maybe missed the chance as a kid and want to reconnect with their youth, what should they know before they go jumping in puddles?
I don't know. I was talking about in that song, I talked a lot about the puddles in the Philippines, which are not sanitary.
Which don't jump in them.
But, I mean, if you're in South Australia listening, you could probably go to one of the salt lakes because they've got, like, nice puddles.
Yeah. I mean, a lake is just a big puddle, guys.
A lake
See if
is
you can
just
jump in there.
Big puddle, yeah, I agree. Maybe just wait for a day that it rains. Go to your local reserve. And
any park, really.
Have a fun time.
Yeah.
Or maybe your backyard.
Invest in gumboots. Me and my friends actually bought gumboots just for puddle jumping a couple years back. And so when we were like standing there watching you perform and you're singing puddle jumping, I was like, is this song about us?
Is this play
about us? That's crazy. Because I was like, I know everyone puddle jumps, but I really puddle jump. I I'm really
What
into
do you know about
Yeah,
puddle
what would you
jumping?
guys know? I know everything. I'm an expert. I have gumboots. Like
I have a degree.
I have a degree. Yeah, I'm actually like majoring in journalism, but like as a sub thing, my elective is puddle jumping.
As it should be.
As it should be. They offer ceramics, they offer arts like that. Who is going to get puddle jumping into UniSA sport?
Legit.
Let me know.
Oh my god.
If they do.
Biggest puddle wins.
Exactly. The biggest, they have to measure your splash after.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. How old were you? First of all, how old are you now? 19, 20 now?
Turning 20 this
Woo.
year, so.
Okay, so how old does that make you when you released Summer's Gone and So Is He?
I don't know, math.
This is actually a math question, guys.
I released that 2019, so
Let the people at home can do the maths. I'm not doing it either.
2 + 2 is 4.
2 + 2 is 4. Yeah, they can do it. It's fine. So young. Basically, you said year 9, pretty
Year
much,
9,
right?
yeah, I was a child.
Yeah.
Maybe, because we would have been like 12 in year 8. No.
Yeah? Is year
Or
8?
14. No.
12
no,
in
it
year...
would've
I was
maybe-
young.
maybe
I
like
graduated at
13.
17. I don't know.
been- I don't know.
So if
Math
10
is
plus
too
10
hard.
minus 3, the square root. Like, this is too complicated. In year 9, young. I feel like 14 is a good 15. I feel like in one of your songs you say something about being 15. I can sense it in my soul, potentially. Or I'm lying.
Maybe?
I actually just like lying, guys.
Unless you're spreading, yeah, maybe you are
I'm spreading
misinformation.
spreading misinformation, guys. I don't mean to. But you have a song called Summer. Are you more angsty in the summer or the winter? Do you have a preferred season? Oh yeah, and I'm digging it up. Oh yeah, I'm digging it up.
Nardwar.
Literally how I feel. I'm like, yeah. I listened to your first ever something.
Oh my god. I feel like in the autumn.
Autumn. Wasn't an option, but I will.
Wasn't an option,
I will accept it.
but I like to
I
make
agree
options
though
for myself.
because it's a halfway. It's like, what do you want to be? Spring has like hope. You're like, summer's almost
Yeah.
a thing.
Out of my depression.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like
So not in my
winter
depression
is just
era.
like sad. Autumn gives me like allowance to still be like, yeah, like rude.
Yeah,
And
love that.
angsty.
Love it. I think autumn is angsty. Winter is like, I feel like it's sad, but also I love being cozy. So it's kind of like
Cozy
you're
vibes.
allowed to be a little like down and out about the world. Whereas like in summer, you're like, man, go to the beach, get over it. Like,
or,
come on.
Yeah, or stay under the AC or something if
Yeah.
you're rich.
Yeah, exactly. If you got the money,
If
maybe
you got the money, yeah.
maybe just a fan or something for those who can't live that lifestyle. And also, this is my fun gimmicky question
Yes.
that I've been kind of saying. It's going to devolve from here. You and Blue Rings have a song called Please, Fuck, Marry, Kill, Please, Thank You and Sorry. Which one are we getting rid of? Which one are we marrying? I shouldn't swear, actually. I should avoid the swearing. Bleep, marry, kill.
Please, thank you, and sorry.
It's difficult.
Oh my god. Well, that's rough because sorry is like something that
It's very important.
it's so important.
difficult.
Yeah. Honestly, I think thank you can go because
Wow.
like I think there's just a lot of things that we should just accept and
We're too grateful for
what
things
do
we
I
deserve.
know about
Is-
philosophy?
Yes,
Give me a degree
philosophy.
right now.
Is it like too grateful for things we actually deserve? Yeah.
Yeah, well, not just that, but it's like most of the time we don't really need to acknowledge that. It's like actions speak louder.
You could just
than
do like a little,
words.
a nice
Little
nod.
nod.
That wasn't going to translate to
Or just
audio.
a hug.
Yeah. There's other ways to say thank you. That's
And
beautiful.
then, sorry.
It's difficult because now that you don't have thank you, it really puts a spanner in the works.
Please, I will marry you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like any person.
I love you.
I love you. Anyone who asks for permission, your wish will be granted.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Like, marry me right now. Where's my ring? Oh no, I'll give you the ring, actually.
Yeah, I'm proposing.
No, but it's like, I don't know, it's just so beautiful when people ask for consent. Consent is
Consent
the
is
hottest
very
thing
important.
ever.
It's beautiful, guys.
And it's just like, wow. And then, frick,
freaking we're freaking sorry.
Yes.
Love that.
Kiss me if you say sorry to my face. Oh my god.
See, I have an issue of like, I think I could potentially kill sorry as long as I say thank you enough. Because if I think it's important to show gratitude for things. Like, you can apologize all the time, but then it's like, well, you weren't actually being an inconvenience if you said please.
That's
so you should,
true.
if you just say like a really, really genuine thank you, sometimes people like that more. 'Cause, yeah, they know that you're appreciative.
Actually, I agree. Maybe I can change my mind.
So I'm changing everything.
I'm changing everything.
God, I feel like a politician or something. Like, I just gave the speech of a lifetime.
I wish we had politicians like you, babes.
Stop it. President of UniCast, like president of the world coming soon. It's going to happen. Yeah, I feel like, but I do kind of agree with you though. Okay, let's swap answers.
Yes.
Because I do think that, well, first of all, we can just agree please is a lovely thing. They're all lovely. Me being mad at my own game, I'm like, who would make this? Why would they make me choose? It was actually me. Mm-hmm. Now, this is the last one. As great as it is to keep chatting, you have a song called I Hope You Know. What do you hope the audience knows, and is there something you think they might need to hear?
Oh, God. Love you guys. Honestly, I think everyone just needs to know that their own self-worth. They need to realize that, because some people and some things just aren't really, they shouldn't be worth your time. Shout out to Olivia.
Our queen.
Actually.
We stand.
Because, I don't know, I feel like through my high school years, I've just been like chasing stuff that wasn't gonna matter anyway, and that really hurt me in the end. And so I think people, well, I guess it's okay to chase things, but you also have to be like mindful of how it will impact you in the future. I mean, some people, it works to just say YOLO, but sometimes it's like, do you really want to go through this like heartbreak? Do you really want to like ruin your life, babes? Not worth it.
Yep.
Not worth it. So that's what I want them to know, is that that everyone matters very much, and they should put themselves first.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you so much for being with me today. I'm using my thank you because I didn't kill it off. I can say thank you.
It's alive.
Yeah. Imagine if I had to say sorry that you were here. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming in. If you guys want to hear all the live things again, they will be on YouTube. It'll be there forever. Digital footprint doesn't go away.
Yeah.
You can listen to it as many times as you want. Go get Everyone I've Ever Loved to like 10 billion streams. Like,
let's do it.
And put it in every playlist. Get the algorithm going crazy. For real. I feel like at the moment, Chaperone, Good Luck Babe, that's the algorithm hit. Like, that's playing after everything. No. Sophia is taking over, all right?
Put me on retail radio.
Yeah, get it.
Kmart radio, where is my contract?
Yes, get her on the Target Airways.
I need that.
Yes, give me my bag. All right, thank you so much. I'll see you around at whatever gigs. Maybe Scouted this week, maybe with mum friends.
Yeah.
I nailed it that time. Woo! Yay.